All right, welcome to factoring. Factoring is something we'll be doing for a while. Some of us, factoring will be the first time we ever had fun in math. I'll tell you this, when I was learning math, I was good at it, but it wasn't super fun. Then I got to the factoring stuff and I was like, you know what? This is kind of cool. So some of us might like it. At the same time, I know that I'm a teacher, and so maybe, my experiences are a little different than yours. Here's what's going on for factoring, okay? Factoring is when we're getting a bunch of different pieces, and we want to try to take those pieces and break them down into even smaller pieces, okay? Anytime you ever have this word factoring, you want to be breaking stuff down. Desmos is where we're going to learn our very first kind of technique. Desmos is absolutely required. I see Andrew didn't quite listen to me when we got into it here. Okay. We are going to use Desmos to figure out the GCF. Welcome back. Start notes. Record the video. Okay. We're going to figure out the GCF, which is the greatest common factor, which is the biggest thing that everybody has in common. I guess trying to get through the notes. We've hardly got to one question. Yeah, go ahead. Get some water real quick. Is that what you said? Oh, let's get through these questions, man. I'm sure Ms. Morgan will say, "Why don't you stay in class and check out these notes?" Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. On Desmos, you're gonna type GCF. Now notice when we start with G, it's a diagonal G and it's a little funky, and then we type C, it's still diagonal, it's still funky, but then when we type F, they straighten up, okay? That's because Desmos has gone from, I don't have any clue what you're typing, to all of a sudden, oh, okay, you're talking about GCF. Then we're gonna type a parentheses, GCF parentheses, and then we're gonna type all the numbers we want with commas in between. So, for example, we could type 2, 4, 6, 8, 88, 246. And Desmos can handle all of that. The first question that we have on the paper is find the GCF of 6 and 12. And so we're going to type GCF 6, 12. It's a 6. And so we're just going to put the answer 6. Remember how we type that in, GCF parentheses 6, 12. Okay? And we're just going to fly through this. We had a lot of distractions when we were getting started, so here we go. I don't even have to delete this. I can just hit backspace, 36, 64. This time the answer is 4. So we're just going to put 4. What's the GCF of 24 and 80? I heard somebody say 8. Let's see if they're right. Desmos does all of the work. 24, 80. It is 8. And the last one is 3 numbers. That's fine. Just use commas. What do you say it was 3? 18, 45, 63. I'm getting 9 here. So take your time. If you type it in correctly, Desmos gets the answer for you. That's it. All right. If I give you a quiz right now, which I'm not going to, you better get all these questions right, right? You literally just use Desmos, type them in. Okay. Now here's where I really need you to kind of be a little bit more focused, okay? When it comes to the variables, you can't just type it in Desmos to get the answer right away, okay? When it comes to the variables, you have to think a little bit harder. Now, it's not that much harder, okay? Basically, we're going to look at both of these numbers, okay? And we're going to think about this like there are 3 x's right here. And this one is 8, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 x's there. And we're trying to figure out the greatest common factor, which means how much could both of these people kind of give away? For example, the first person, they could give away 1x if they wanted to, they could give away 2x's if they wanted to, or they could give away 3x's. But does this first person, could they give away 4x's? No, they've only got 3. Okay, pretty simple. This other person could give away 1 or 2 or 3. Could they give away 4x's? Yeah. Or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, of course. So, what is the most that everybody can give away, right? We all have to donate equally. The answer is 3, okay? X cubed. Now, here's the reality. If you want to find the GCF of a letter, you just look for the smallest amount of that letter that anybody has. So, because 3 is smaller than 8, the answer is 3. So, over here for number 6, look for your x's. This person has 4, this person has 7. What is the smallest amount of x's? 4. So you just put x4. And we're not quite done yet because we got to do the y's. I see that we've got 6 and 1. So what is the smallest amount? This guy's got 6, but this guy only has 1. The answer should be 1. So you're looking for who has the smallest amount. All right. Now number 7. I hope that this all feels pretty easy, but number 7 is probably still going to feel easy, but it's one I want you to kind of focus on. One letter at a time, look at the x's. We've got 2 x's and 5 x's. What's the least amount that we see? 2. That means that the greatest common factor, the most we could give away, is x squared. Now let's look at the y's. I see 3 and 3. They got the same number. So what do we put for the answer there? 3, yeah. Whatever is the smallest number you see, that's what you put. And here's where I want you to kind of pay extra close attention here. All of this is easy. This is maybe a little bit tricky. The first guy has a z. And the second guy, how many z's does he have? None. So what is the lowest amount of z's that anybody's got? You're not crazy for going either way, but it's 0. Okay? Could both of these people donate a z? This guy could get rid of a z. The second guy, he doesn't have a z to give. Right? He's broke. He cannot give away a z. And so that's it. That's the answer. Right? No z. No z. All right. That's everything we need to learn. We're just going to finish with 3 quick questions. Number 8. How do we do the big numbers again? Nope. How do we do the big numbers again? Desmos. You got to go to Desmos. You got to type GCF parentheses 12, 44. The answer is 4. So our big numbers is 4. Now let's look at the letters. How do we determine the letters? The smallest amount that anybody's got. This guy's got 3. This guy's got 1x. The smallest amount anybody's got is 1. This guy's got 2 y's. This guy's got 2 y's. So they can both give away 2 y's. All right, that's the answer for number 8. Number 9. Now, how are we going to do the GCF of the big numbers if I look at the big numbers and I see 9 and that's it? Right, good call. We're going to put a 1 here. And so when we go on Desmos, we're going to do GCF parentheses 9 comma 1. It's going to tell you 1. Okay? What about the x's? I see 1 and 5, so 1 is the smallest amount. What about the y's? I see 2 and 7, so 2 is the smallest amount. And this question also has z's, 1 and 0. 0 is the biggest amount, or sorry, 0 is the smallest, so we can't use any z's. All right, last question. Don't shout it out. I'll give you 1 minute. Timer's going. See if you can find the answer here without shouting the answer out. I hope that this feels pretty easy. I hope this feels like something that you can get right. You got it? I'll close it as soon as we're done with this. Another 30 seconds. Give it your best shot. This is the last thing we're doing today. Perfecto. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Seen a couple good answers. People brought them up to me. Nice job. 20 seconds till we go over it together. You have to use Desmos. Want me to check real quick? Perfect. Easy. Excellent. Not even close. Well done, well done, well done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Desmos GCF 32, 48, 32, 48. And I'm getting 16. I look at the X's. I see 1 and 4. 1 is the most that we can all give away. Then I look at the Y's. When I see the Y's, I have 0 Y's and 6 Y's. So I need no Y in my answer because this first person cannot give away a Y. And then I look at the Z's. This one has a Z. This one has no Z. So, no Z. We cannot give away a Z. And that is the answer. There you go. That is finding your GCF. Tomorrow, we're going to build on this. It's going to get a little bit harder. But for the most part, finding GCF, it's a pretty big deal in algebra. And it's also a pretty easy topic. Nice job. Proud of you guys.